Are you tired of getting in a dink rally, cross court, and then either jumping in the net or popping it up, getting in bad situations? Well, we're gonna give you 5 tips today and get really focused on that cross court dink and help you win those points and put yourself in the best situation. All right, so Lauren and I are preparing for the Frozen Open this weekend. We're gonna play some 4-5 plus mixed doubles. We'll let you know how it goes, by the way. But for now, Alina is gonna be my partner, and Lauren and I are gonna work that cross court dink. So let's just hit a few for now. And what we're gonna find is we've already been really kind of training this, and there's this first tip that I really want to kind of let you guys know. And this first tip is, first, be consistent. In those first 3 to 5 dinks, right? We're looking to open the face, nice and open, and with a lot of margin over that net. What we tend to do is feel like we have to be really good with our dinks and get super low, and all of a sudden we're hitting the balls in the net. I would rather have myself pop a ball up and Lauren smash it and earn winning the point than just ending it in the net and I have no chance of winning the point whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my paddle face at a 45-degree angle and I'm gonna move through the ball nice and smooth. And as you can see, I'm getting a really high margin. And I'm gonna do this for the first 3 to 5 dinks. And as I get better, as you can see, I'm gonna start lowering that angle of the paddle and start moving through a little bit faster, and it's gonna get lower. I'm gonna start trying to push Lauren into the corner, right? And I'm gonna work her side to side, maybe push over to the left. But again, I'm initially just trying to get a good margin going on over that net. So that's that first tip. All right, we're on tip number 2. Alina, what are you doing there? You can't be in the kitchen? All right, she's just gonna chill there. But what we're gonna be doing next in the second tip is making sure that we're using our body to hit the ball, not just our arm, right? So Lauren and I have been training a lot, and what we tend to do is we start to just use our arm like this, right? And we kind of just stick our arm out and then just hit through. And you can still hit decently effective dinks if you just try doing it. But what we tend to do is we start losing control after a while. And if it gets out of position and I'm not using my body, I start to reach and I start hitting the edge of the paddle, right? And I miss it into the net, I lose the power that I want. And so what's gonna give you a lot more control instead is using your body and swaying. So that starts out with a good ready position. So we need a wide stance, bending our knees, getting low with our eyes at the level of the ball. And what's gonna happen is if Lauren hits me a cross court dink, I'm gonna put my weight onto my left leg and I'm gonna get my torso moving towards the ball. And as I hit that ball, I'm going to be moving and swaying back towards my right leg so that I'm gaining actually power from not even moving my arm, it's just my body moving. This is gonna give me a more stable dink versus just trying to move my arm and control it with the shoulder. So this is what it looks like. So I'm leaning and I lean back. And I get over here and I lean back. And you can see I'm going back to that middle and I'm leaning back. So instead of this, we don't wanna do this, right? A couple dinks like this. Okay, so this is a no-go. Okay, we get into this, getting low and I'm swaying. I'm gonna move my body towards it. That was a little high, but again, I'd rather err on the high side. I'm gonna sway forward. I'm in loading and I'm swaying forward. I'm swaying forward, right? So that's what we wanna be doing when we're hitting our dinks. We're using our body to hit the ball, not just our arm. Before we get into tip number 3, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our videos coming up next, which are gonna help you on your pickleball journey. All right, we're on tip number 3, and it's well connected with tip number 2, but we're gonna tell you what the mistake is before we say the tip. So the mistake is that when we're kind of getting put in the corner on a dink battle, sometimes we tend to stay over here, right? And this, what happens is Lauren will be able to speed it up to the middle, and I'm not over there to cover. And my partner's covering the line because Lauren can also go to the line. So I need to make sure that I'm covering the middle. So what to do instead is it's kind of closely related to tip number 2, which is we're using our body to hit the ball back. This gives our momentum to get back towards the middle. So when you're dinking, I don't want to stay in that corner. If she moves me out wide, I'm gonna get back to the middle. And then I sway back to the middle. I'm making sure that my paddle and my body are both covering that middle. Okay, now for example, if the reason I want both my body and my paddle in the middle, I'm covering her highest percentage speed up, okay? I'm already put myself in that position. Now, if she speeds up to my left shoulder, okay, which is the left side of my body, if she hits it too hard, what happens is she has to deal with the out of bounds, right? That was even pretty slow and it still went out of bounds, okay? And if she hits it slow enough to land in, I can easily move my paddle over on this side and still attack, okay? What I'm looking to do is cover the fastest place she can hit the ball and still make it in, okay? So what this helps me do, if she does speed it up to the middle like this, I'm able to already have my paddle in position to block it. So we do a couple dinks, I'm swaying, one more dink, and then she speeds it up. And then I'm already there to block that one in the middle because my paddle is there. So tip number 3 is make sure your weight is recovering back to the middle when you hit cross court and your paddle is going to the middle. So you're following the ball with your paddle and your weight, okay? If I were to hit it down the line with that dink, okay, I'm doing the same thing. I'm following the ball with my weight. But right now we're just focusing on cross court. We're coming back to that middle and getting prepared for that speed up because we always want to be prepared for that fast ball. All right, we're now on to tip number 4. And just like how 2 helped 3, 3 is gonna help 4. Now, 4 is take the ball out of the air as much as you can, okay? Now, sometimes this is a ball out of the air is a high ball. We're gonna be attacking basically 100% of those, right? If it's above the level of the net. But some of these shots, the dinks are a little bit far, but you're still contacting it below the waist, but you're still wanting to take the ball out of the air. The reason we wanna do this is because first we're taking time away from our opponents, which gets them out of position quicker and causes errors or pop-ups from them, okay? Now, how does 3 help 4? Well, if we're recovering back to the middle, what we're able to do is cut off the angle. So if Lauren hits a little bit too far, I can take the ball out of the air more easily if she's trying to hit a cross-court dink and be able to pin her in the corner more easily. So what I'm gonna be doing is making sure that I'm doing my swaying technique and I'm gonna be keeping my paddle in front. And look at that. Now I can take it out of the air and push her further out wide. So if I'm still over here or even to my half court, I'm not gonna be able to reach that. I'm not taking it out of the air. But since I'm kind of crowding a little bit in the middle, now I can start taking the ball. I'm not gonna be able to take that one, but I'm gonna be reaching and then taking that, and then I got the middle. So I'm putting pressure on them. Some of these are like here, so I can't necessarily attack them. I could, but I don't wanna take the risk, and I just wanna put more pressure. And then all of a sudden they'll pop it up, and now I got the middle. So whenever you can, look for those opportunities with my paddle in front to just take the ball out of the air, put more pressure. Ooh, that's a great ding from Lauren. Put more pressure on them to be able to find that middle when they pop that ball up. All right, we're already on tip number 5, okay? Now, this one is about stance and position of the body, especially when we're first dinking and when we pop a ball up, okay? So initially what I wanna be doing is making sure that my eyes are really low. How do we do that? Wider stance, bending the knees. The lower my eyes are, the more I can see the ball clearer, and my depth perception is a lot better. So I'm gonna try to stay nice and low always when I'm kind of dinking, okay? Now, if I pop the ball up like this, do you see how I backed up there? I took a few steps back, and now my paddle goes down to try to defend it. We need to make sure that we're recognizing when we hit a bad dink and people are easily able to attack it. Now, if I hit a bad dink that she hits out of the air below her waist, like that, I'm not gonna back up on that because she's hitting it below her waist. If she pops it up, I can still attack on it. But if I give her a ball that's above the waist and she can hit down to my feet regardless of where my position is, might as well give myself more time and back up and give myself a chance. So often we get in these dink battles, okay? And all of a sudden they'll pop up and then people just turn and give up on the point. If you know, and you turn early, if you know you're popped the ball up, don't give up on it. Give yourself a chance to get back. And if you get back in that point and win it, it's such a mental edge to win that point, right? For the next and future points. So if we're in this dink battle, and all of a sudden I pop that ball up, I'm backing up. Oh, there we go, I defended it back in again. And then now I'm back in my dink battle, and I try to do better for the rest of the point. But if I eventually win that point, I got a mental edge on Lauren. I'm like, hey, your slam can't hurt me. I can defend it well. And then the next point, I might be able to win it a little more easily, okay? And it gives me confidence as well. So as soon as you see you pop the ball up, take a step back, paddle low, try to defend it, get it back in play. If you hit a good shot, you get back to that kitchen line like I did. But if you pop it up again, just stay back until we get it back to their feet, then we reapproach that line. All right, Alina just want to let you guys know that her favorite paddle is the Carbon 3X. She specifically likes how the handle tastes, but other than that, she said that the performance is really good and loves playing with it on the court, right? We hit a couple balls, right? Yeah. Oh, grabbing the gun. Oh. All right, we'll see you next time.